Hi everyone, I'm Alice, Advanced EFT practitioner and trainer. And in this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about what surrogate tapping is. So if you don't know EFT, I suggest you watch one of my other videos that explains how to do it, and where the tapping points are and all that kind of thing. This surrogate tapping is not one of the main techniques that we use in EFT. It's a kind of an extra technique. Um, and unlike the classic techniques in EFT, which have been extensively studied in scientific research studies, and have been found to help various ailments such as anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, phobias, I'm not aware of any studies that have been done with surrogate tapping. So this isn't an instructional video, it's just for information to tell you what surrogate tapping is. I'm not going to be explaining how to do it. It's better to learn that in a training course. So surrogate tapping is basically where you're tapping on yourself on behalf of another person. That's what surrogate means, doesn't it? On behalf of somebody else, using your own body to tap on instead of on somebody else. So this normally, when people want to tap for somebody else, it's someone they know, isn't it? It's a relative, perhaps a relative that's ill that can't tap for themselves, or it could be for a child that can't tap for themselves, a baby, or somebody that's very elderly that can't tap for themselves or can't formulate words very well if they're suffering from dementia. Often it's for a relative that we're in a relationship with, such as a husband or wife, or a sister or a brother, a mother or father. And in those situations, it's always best to tap on yourself first, because there are always feelings that we have about these people in our lives that can be cleared. And when we clear our own stuff, we then respond in different ways to other people, and we interact in a different way with other people. I've noticed it a lot in my own life when I have a problem with my own daughter. We always think of it as someone else's problem, don't we? Oh, she's doing that. They always do this. He's always saying that. He never does that. When actually, it's our response that's the problem. Maybe the behavior isn't the problem at all. So if you can tap on yourself using normal EFT, either working on your own or with the help of a therapist, um, and you can tap about the problem and about the person that you're wanting to help, and all the feelings that you have. You might be upset that they're ill, you might be frightened that they might die, you might be unhappy about the way the relationship's going, if it's a husband and wife or sibling or something like that. You might have a lot of past trauma if it's a parent or a sibling from your childhood. So there's a lot that you can work on yourself first before even going near surrogate tapping. But if you do decide to learn how to do surrogate tapping, it's a matter of sort of tuning in to that person's energy and character and what they might be feeling, and using your intuition to guess or feel or intuit what they might be feeling, what words they might use, and tapping for their greater good. There's obviously an ethical component here to be thought about. Things such as, does that person want to be helped? Does that person want you to tap for them? And how do you address that? It's a really personal thing. Some people say that, well, if I'm praying for somebody, I don't ask their permission. And you might think that surrogate tapping is like prayer. Or you might decide to ask the person, ask their higher self in your imagination and see if you can feel what kind of an answer you might get. Or you might directly ask that person, is it okay if I tap for you? I think the important thing is to understand that there needs to be that kind of thought process and reflection. We don't just go about trying to fix people. That's not the point of it at all. Because at the end of the day, only that person can help themselves, and we can offer our good wishes with as clean a palette as possible, having cleared our own stuff and our own thoughts and expectations around that person. Um, So I hope that's given you a little bit of an idea about what surrogate tapping is. So if you come across the term, you'll know that it means tapping on behalf of another person with their best interests at heart, having cleared your own stuff about it first. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. You can find me on tapwithalice.com.